Okay, Lee, you got a nice selection of bait here on your bait table. Could you just tell me a little bit about it for me?
Yeah, sure. I mean, these are the types of bait I used in the final. I've got some worms, some casters, and 2 different sizes of feed pellets. I felt that this was my best chance of catching a match-winning catch with these baits. They're well-known baits for commercial fisheries. The pellets, my preference for a feed pellet is the tigerfish feed pellet. They're a low oil pellet, so that they're good for fisheries, and we've incorporated some tiger nut within the pellet, and they're very, very effective. We've been using them really well in testing, and I'm really looking forward to using them a lot more. The pellets couldn't be simpler to prepare. Literally the top off the bag and then into the bait tub. The pellets themselves, so some pellets can float unless they've been dampened a little bit. As you'll see with these pellets, straight from the bag and they sink. And that's exactly what we're after. The 2 different sizes was based on the type of fish I was going to be able to catch. Like we've discussed earlier, had a lower weight have been required, I might have been looking at the smaller pellet. On the actual match itself, I fed the 6mm pellets over the top of the worms and casters. For the worms and casters themselves, I simply take a cup and take a pinch full of worms, put them in the pot just like that, and then I take my chopped worm scissors and simply chop them. Now, because of a commercial fishery and there's lots of small fish, I don't chop them very fine. So you saw there 3 or 4 chops, and I've still got whole bits of worm in there, but I'm trying to catch bigger fish, and if the bait is too fine, I'm going to attract a lot of smaller fish into the peg. Once I've done that, I simply add the same amount of casters to the pot, and then a few samples of 6mm tigerfish feed pellets.
And would that be your sort of starting feed on most commercial fisheries?
Yeah, that sort of quantity is a nice quantity to start with. I think if you're getting problems with smaller fish, you can feed a bit heavier. But in the Park D Masters final, I fed this very regularly, and it kept the fish in my peg. I used the catapult to feed the 6mm pellets over the top to get them up in the water, which was where I felt I needed to catch them to win. But this top up kept drawing the fish back into the peg, and it was very, very effective.